Welcome back to the channel. Got a little messy garage here, moving things around. I moved some cabinets over here, moved the toolboxes around. Just getting things a little more situated. I don't have a lot of time, so I'm not been in here doing anything. We've been doing a couple projects recently where, I've used air, and I've only got this Ingersoll Rand, and it's 29 gallon. Thing works great. It just doesn't keep up with what I need. And I used to have a tank like this one, and it was a Craftsman, and it was an oilless model, and that thing worked great until it threw a rod. I had it probably 10 years, and it threw a rod, so I got rid of it. I purchased that one. I could take this, roll it right up into the trailer, take it with me to the job. I have plenty of air to run whatever. But to do sandblasting and a lot of painting, anything using a large volume of air hammer, things like that, DA sander, it's not large enough. You got to go in increments, let it build up, go in increments. It runs fine. It runs smooth, quiet. Everything's great about it. But I looked at a used one that was another Craftsman professional series, and the man said it was $2,200, and he said he wanted $900 for it. And I said, well, I don't know. But it was a nice one. It was a little larger than this one. That was an 80 gallon. This is 60 gallon. I think he had 13 feet a minute, and this is 11.5. So Tractor Supply had these on sale, and it was like $549. And I was like, oh, that's a no-brainer. This one, when I purchased, I think it was just under $400. So not much for an upgrade. We still got a nice motor, quiet. I'm assuming it's going to be fairly quiet. The oilless model was super loud. I mean, so loud it was annoying. And these are quieter. This one's real quiet. But like I said, it doesn't keep up. So what we got to do is I got to come out with my hoses right here. So I've got a kit here that goes from 3/4 to 3/8, because that's all I run, and I can always change this to get more volume later just by putting a fitting in. So I got to do this for a shutoff valve before I can fire it up. And we also have to wire it, and we're going to come up, across, and down. We'll either go to the panel box or just to that outlet there, and that's probably what I'll do, just so the wire's up secure and length enough that if I need to shift the compressor a little bit, I'm fine. But over here, it's out of the way. I should be able to get the tractor alongside of it or whatever. Ideally, I would like a compressor up on top, get it up out of the way, and have a drain port coming down through where you can, drain it without going up there. This compressor is 155 PSI. I believe this one here is 125. I gotta find the specs on it. Still plenty to take tires off your car, whatever. Runs all my power tools. I used that needle scaler the other day. And it works, like I said. But for a couple $100, it's worth it to me to upgrade. And I just got to run the wire. It's 15 amps. And so we got plenty of power out here to run that. I'm going to get a wire. I'll see what I got and get this wired up. But right now I want to put this valve on and then make our connections. I'd like to get a water separator. I have one, I think, in a box that I never used. Not necessary at the moment, but I want to be able to blow up some tires and things and mess around with this. All right, so I moved the tank around a little bit, but I mocked this up as a 3/4 right to 3/8. And then I've got a quarter here, and this should work good for what I want. And then I can always go up a bump, or however I want to attach here. So I'm going to put this all in. Everything's got thread tape on it. This fitting actually has its own on it. And then I've got the valve right here where it's easy reach, just in case you want to hear this one work. And this one works really good. Pretty quiet. You can still talk over it, but 2-cylinder. Everything works fine on it, just the volume's not great. Let's see, Oh, somewhere I got the owner's manual too, but it told me how many feet. There we go. We've got, oh, I said 29 gallon, 20 gallon. Let's see here. Where is it? Where is it? 2 horsepower. 4.6 at 135, 5.2 at 90. So this one is 11.5 at 90. So it can be double, a little over double. So this thing should not run very often, and it should control the tools for a longer period of time, you know. So I'm getting excited. I got my fitting started on there. Now I just got to put my coupling on. Well, this is my setup for now. Instant shut off, quick release. This is a 1/4 inch hose. My Makita, I have 3 Makita 3/8 hoses also, which is better than this thing. But this is a, I got it from the tool guy. He had the, it looks like Walmart Hyper Tough 1/4 inch polys, 300 pound, 900 burst, ultra light, but it's a 100 footer. And I wanted 100 because I wanted to reach. You get out quite a ways without using a bunch of hoses. So, you know, this works good for certain things. I don't want it laying on the floor and then, you know, stepping on it or whatever. I don't think that would hold up. But those Makita hoses I've had for almost 30 years. And, you know, they're rubber. You can't beat them. So the next thing I want to do is electric here. I'm going to figure out what I want to run. I could go up. Could have a shut off. I don't think it's necessary because there's an off right here. And then go up and across, bring it down. And I'd like a plug-in. And probably what I should have done is done a 220 outlet right in the wall. And this is 15 amps, but I'll figure out how I want to do this. Okay, I ended up using 12 2-wire. Here's a leg 1, leg 2, and ground. And now I'm going to go turn the breaker on. That is after I put the cover on. And then this is probably not the permanent position because I'm not sure I like it out here. I think I want it either upstairs or over there. So I'm not going to run conduit for this. I know you should. You should always do that. Keep your wire protected. We're going against the wall and up and over. So it's okay for our situation. Okay, here's our fluid. It looks like synthetic. It's almost a bluish color. Right on the full mark. And looks like we're ready to rock. Our valve's off. Our drain is closed. Actually, the other compressor, let me show you the drain on that. This has a nice drain. I don't recall if I installed that or not. Sure makes it a lot easier than unscrewing the fitting. I might swap that over. So we're ready to fire this up now. We got our breaker turned on. We got it grounded. You ready? Let's see how loud it is. See how long it takes to build the pressure. Hey, we got 10 pounds. Let's let it run a second. That took about 2.5 minutes to go from 0 to 155. Normally, I got to see what the cut-in is. Probably 125, or I got to check it in the book. But you're not going to run it all the way down every time anyway. So let's test out an air tool here and see how this does. We'll turn our valve on. I got the old tire gun on. Pretty snappy. Now that's tank pressure. What I didn't do is put my regulator in yet. I just wanted to see how we're going to do on tank. And I'm going to like that. I'm going to see what this other one does. This little sander grinder's got a, it's a Mac, I believe. Got quite an air leak here. This thing went straight sanding, grinding. That's about how much I do with the other tank, and they turn right on. So I'm going to put the regulator in, and just going to unscrew this and put the regulator in and test it. It'd be nice to have a bypass, and then I can get full tank or regulator. So here's my gauge assembly. I just used it off the other one. I might upgrade this, and then I'd like a water filter right here too. And I got one for the spray gun, but I'd like a permanent one so that you have maybe an oil and a water separator. And so we just turn our valve, turn this in, out all the way. You get it up to about tank pressure, yeah. And then I'm going to play around and see what this cut in and cut out pressure's at. And probably 125 to 150. I want to see how accurate my gauge is. But just a short video on this. I think the future maintenance would be to make sure it stays full of pump oil, synthetic. Change this cartridge if it gets dusty, the air filter. Drain the tank often, especially when it's humid outside. Like today, look at the leaves out there. She is damp, rainy. That's why I'm messing with this. But this thing's ready to go. I probably will upgrade this also. I just haven't seen one I like. The one at Tractor Supply I did not like. $100, and it didn't have any features on it. So what I like about this one is if I'm doing something, I can set this lock lever like that, and you can't turn it. And then when you want to loosen it and you go back in, it goes to that lock lever so you don't go past. I don't know. It's kind of a cool feature. I've got another Campbell Hossfield one that's not too great a quality, but I'll mess around with it. If I'm not happy, I'll change this out. It's only a fitting. But thanks for watching. Short little video on the Dewalt 155 Max PSI. It was on sale, and I went on to Northern to see how much these are because they still sell them. I don't remember how many years old this is, but it's like brand new. So you can still see through. The oil's clean. This has a tank gauge down here. I borrowed the pressure gauge off from there. I'm going to put one of the two back on it. And there's a nice heavy cord. It's got pneumatic wheels. Got a nice drain on it. Got a little dust on it, but I hear the noon whistle. That means it's lunchtime, boys. So didn't have breakfast, so I'm going to go get some lunch. This one is $7.99 at Northern Tool. So if I can possibly sell this, maybe get half my money back, I still only have, like, you know, up to $200 in this. So I'm really happy with that. And this is going to keep up with what I want to do. We got the dump trailer we're going to have to sandblast on. Come out here in the rain. It's raining a little bit, but you see what we got going on here. We got all this rust jacking. I've tried grinding on it, doing different things, and I think the sandblast will get it down clean. And then when you get into, like, up through here in the corners, how do you get in there and do anything? So I think I can shoot right down through that, get her cleaned up quick, because you got to take care of these, because these have gone up out of sight. I bought this one new. This is an 09. I got to remember. I look it up. But it's had some good use to it, but you can't replace it for like almost 10 grand now. So I want to keep the paint on it, keep it in good shape. This has that heavy duty hitch, a heavy duty jack, built-in battery pump assembly, dual ram. It's the 2-inch cylinders. We recently put the new tires on it. They were worn out. So it's got a couple miles on it, but it's loaded right down now. Look at her squat. You know what I got on there. And one of our other upcoming projects, going to be a little one, is I want to shoot the bottom of the rockers. We got a lot of stone chips. It's just basic surface rust. There's no hole there. And I want to do the rockers. A little bit of touch up on that before winter. I want to do some, not wool wax, but I want to put a undercoating on that. Probably fluid film. And then let's see what else we got to do. Not a whole lot on this one, but we got quite a bit to do with that air compressor coming up. So we're going to test it out. Thanks for watching. And I'm all excited, you know. We'll get this bad boy going. I'm going to probably pull the pressure, release, and see what she comes on at. Maybe we could do that right now, right? How about, let's see, how do I do this? Make this, well, it wouldn't matter because it'll come right on anyway. Let's see what we got. Right now we've got, let's playing around a little bit. We're down to about 140. It looks like it's a 130, 155. That's a lot of air is going. A nice fan on it. That thing cranks. Look at that fan on that. So anyways, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one, guys.